Protocols are used in network. Nothing but it's a set of rules it's governing that exchange the information in an easy manner and in a secure way between the devices. Before we are going to see about the protocols which are involved in the network, just to see how the network is logically organized using that ISO that define the model OSI. It has 7 layers: physical, data link, network, transposition, presentation, applications. The 7 layers are organized in the network. It's a physical connection, establish the physical connection using coax, repeater, hub, then using the network devices, and it is used to transmit the data between the systems in a binary bit format. And data link layer, it get the packets from network layer and then it will encapsulate into the frames. So packets means nothing but it's the information along with source IP address and destination IP address. And network layer, it hold the packets and it uses this internet protocol address, IP address later we see. And transport layers means it get the messages from the applications and then it transport to the network layers. And next is session layer. It is responsible for establish session between that two computers which one want to exchange the data till the session layer data in that in original format. In transport layer only that original data format divided into that packet format using that TCP UDP protocol. And presentation layer means data will be defined in a format like syntax semantics, because every language have some syntax semantics. As per it will be represent the data. At last, topmost layer, application layer for sending the request by the user to that lower level. So request means a mail request or remote login and so on, voice call, anything that is application request sent by the user. Transmission control protocol and internet protocol. It is also called the transmission control protocol, also called internet protocol shoot, and is used to do communications over the network. And sender means computer which is send the request to, that is a sender. Which one receive the request and response, that is server. That computer is called server. So the request sent by the client and it will be a response by one system, that is called server. So actually the transmission control protocol processes the data will be broken into the packets and then it will be sent to the particular destinations using the internet protocol. Internet protocol involved in that IP address. Uh, it will point out where the destination address point out and then the data will be reached to the particular destination. So internet protocol work with TCP. It will not work separately along with TCP. Uh, it is IP address. It's a unique numerical address in the network. It's a logical address. IP address is logical address. So the IP address, the packet sent by that TCP, and IP address is only route them where that actual path is located. It will find out and then the packets will be sent to the particular destination. And it is developed in 1970. It has two type of address: static and dynamic. Static means never change, and dynamic whenever uh, can get the connections, it temporarily assign the particular IP address and frequently it be changed. In a static, sometimes it may be changed in that based on the network administration. Has protocol has two versions, version 4 and version 6. And version 4 is 32-bit and version 6 is 128-bit. Bit means nothing but zeros or 1. And 4 is numeric address and it is separated by the dot symbol. And IP6 is the hexadecimal and it is separated by the colon. And header field in 4 is 12, 6 is 8, and length of that header field total length is 20 in 4, and 6 IPv6 is 40. It has a checksum field and it doesn't have the checksum field, and totally 576 bytes capacity packets is used in IP version 4, and IP version 6 1208 bytes is required without any fragmentations. Fragmentation means splitting the data without splitting. An example is given for both IP versions 4 and 6. The last row. And address, according to the address range, IP versions 4 is classified into 5 classes, and class A supports 16 million hosts in 127 networks, and class B range address range is C 191 point something that is given, right, and it supports 65,000 hosts, and class C 254 hosts, and class T for multicast group, and class E for only research purpose, not for public use. So class ABC designate for unicast. Unicast means only one source to one destinations unicast. And multicast means one to many communications, one to many destinations you can send. That is reserved by class D. Class 1. So TCP protocols breaks the data, get the data from application records, right? And then it will be splitted into packets. After that, split into packets code that informations with the source destination address. So IP protocol find out the destination address along with the router, and then at the receiver side, again there, so TCP control reassemble the package. See the 7 layers also assembled in server side as well as the client side also. So the receiver side, the side protocol TCP, that splitting packets again it reassembled into the original and it show to that receivers. And next, file transfer protocol used to transfer the files between the server and client. The files may be a text file or any multimedia files, audio, video, images, anything. Developed by 1970 by Abhay Pushen. He was a student in MIT college, and it is used to uploading file on the server as well as downloading the file in the local host also. So for downloading, no password is required, but uploading we need that username and password. So the popular file transfer protocols, FTP clients are FileZilla, WinSCP, CipherTech, and GFTP. Maximum is file. Uh, how to do download that FileZilla? You can just go that Google and type down FileZilla. Then you can install the FileZilla and open that site manager from the file menu, and it will come the new site, and we can type that username password. It will ask the username password. You can type the username password and it will come like that, the form. And then left side it show that our local host folder, and right side it show the remote site. There you can just download. That file will be downloaded in our local host, and if you are giving anything upload, it will go to the upload in that. Means this is sample server, FTP server. Before that, you have to download that FileZilla. FileZilla you have to download. Afterwards only you can go through that site and give that as per it is username, password you can give, port also you can use. At last you can open the site. It will show the web pages. And next, hypertext transfer protocol. It is based on the client server model. It is used to transfer the data over the net, and also it allows the user to exchange the informations, what are the information available on the web pages. So whenever we are typing the address in the browser, automatically it will come HTTP. It indicates that browsers communicate over the HTTP hypertext transfer protocol. And HTTPS means it indicates the secure HTTP transfer protocol. How HTTP works means client send the request through the browsers like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Opera Mini, Mozilla, anything the browsers. So we are typing the address, right? That is the client request. It will send to the server, and it will be returned a response by the server to the client in the web pages format. So it is a connectionless based protocol. Once the pages is displayed, the request and response process is over. That connections will be disconnected, and it will be ready for the next connection, next request. And next, telnet protocol is used in Unix system, and as well as used in the remote access also. So remote access nothing but we can access the any computer from a remote locations, from uh, home to our office to any other remote area we can access. For that we can do the remote login. So the client can connect the computer to the server. Computer host means the server. We can connect via the network or direct telecommunication using that username, password, the login credentials. We can do that. Before that, we have to establish the connections between the client to host computers. So telnet protocol is used for that remote access. So it requires connection in the local computer, and it will be accepted by the remote computer using the protocol. So we have to give the username, password. Through that only we can access the server. It's a secured one. It is used by. And then last, point to point protocol is a communications protocol, and it is used to transmit the multi protocol data between the point to point devices, one to one computer, right? One computer to another computer, point to point devices. It's a byte oriented, used in that broadband connections in high speed, and it is configured either asynchronous connections or dial-up synchronous connection. Asynchronous means like old telephone service. Dial-up synchronous means it's like integrated service digital networks. So the point-to-point protocol, it transmits the multi-protocol we have seen. So it has a sub-protocols, link control protocol, and network control protocol. Link control protocol working principles or it determines the frame, because the link protocols, the point-to-point protocol, it is in the data link layer, second layer of the network layers. So the link protocol, it determines the size of the frames and identify whether any error is there or not. It identify and test it in the data link layer. After finishing this everything, it will go to that network control protocol. Network control protocol, it is just negotiate, that is obtain the all the optional configuration parameter and facilitate for the next third layer network layer. So before the point to first one is a link establishing space. In this space, the point-to-point devices send the link control protocol packets for testing the data. And next, second place is authentication space. Authentication space means uh, two protocols are used: password authentication and challenge consent authentication protocol are used for authentications verifications. And then third space is network layer protocol. So in this case, the point-to-point protocol send that after authentication is over, the packet will be choose for configured and it will be sent to that network layer protocol for encapsulations. Thank you.